Hey, it's Juck. At number one, the most beautiful uniform in all of sport. If they brought back the gray stripes, this thing is so far out in front of everybody, you can't touch it. We are not bemoaning the noon kickoff. We are now owning it. It's a badge of honor. We're the lunatic fringe that defines our coach's legacy when it comes to this game. They don't get to define that outside the field. So we're cut from a different cloth for Ohioans. Do I want Michigan to beat Oklahoma? No way in hell. I don't know what world I'm living in. This is insane to me. And if you saw my outburst, I apologize. It's showtime now. It is showtime. It is game day. Urban Meyer has rung the victory bell 9 times, one for each national championship. I did not know that's the number that they were doing. So that's fantastic information there. The Buckeyes. Listen, it was a blackout. Once again, the crowd cooperated a little bit. The student section looks great, but what we're looking at now, not black uniforms, but a lot of black undertones. We got black socks, black sleeves. I think this look is hard. I think this look should be adopted permanently. This looks way better than the white. Let's stick with that. And Penn State coming out on the field, and they're all whites. Gus and Joel looking snazzy, man. They always look good. How we doing, guys? Good to see you all today. We got a lot of the usual suspects in here with us. Nancy, Rob H. What's up, guys? There's Mike. How we doing, everybody? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Terry's in the house. Chris, I hope you're all doing well. Your favorite plumber has to work today. Be back soon to complain. Chris, enjoy your I'm sorry you got a job during the game. That sucks. But you know, priorities and such and such. Here we go. Kickoff should be here in about 5-10 minutes. I've also got the SMU Miami game on the other screen here, and we got some bad news as YouTube TV and ESPN were not able to come to an agreement. All the ESPN channels have been pulled from YouTube TV, which means your boy here had to get Hulu TV to watch the ESPN channels along with YouTube TV to watch the Fox channels, because I couldn't just cancel YouTube TV because my son has the NFL ticket. So, the cost has gone up exponentially for me just to run a football season, which is insane. At least I got a little something to justify it to the wife now. Hey, I got to have it all, babe. I got to have it all. I can't not have some of it. It is what it is, man. But these people, obnoxious. What I hate most is the lack of the quad box. I can't have the quad box going on YouTube TV, but I don't have the quad box going during Buckeyes games anyway, because I can only focus on that when it's on, even though I have this other game on down here, which, by the way, George W. Bush out on the field at SMU, which was interesting to see. President, that office really ages a guy fast, man. He looks so much older than I last saw him. I do like that little stadium, though. But back to the Buckeyes here, and there is Jim Knowles dapping up Carlos Loughlin. He's wearing his all white. This entire topic, and Joel's talking about it now, of the institutional knowledge that Jim Knowles is going to have on Ohio State and the knowledge they're going to have about him. I always think those conversations are so overblown compared to what we actually see. Like, it's about execution, not knowledge. Talking about Grunkmeyer now, and Grunkmeyer's mom played at Ohio State. I think that's awesome. Obviously, Grunk wanted to be a Buckeye. And similar to Drew Aller, I root for those guys every day but today. But Grunk coached by Brad Mandler, the same big-time quarterback coach that Drew Aller was coached by. Drew, of course, helping Ethan every step of the way. Same quarterback coach, same everything, but I'm sure there's a lot of Penn State fans who are saying, yeah, we'd rather not have Drew help him every step of the way. Oliver is not a fan, not a fan of Gus. Gus is polarizing, man. People love him or hate him. People love him or hate him. I get it. I think Gus early on in his career, I loved because all the reactions and everything seemed natural, and now it's kind of gimmicky for the most part. In addition to that, I think they both call so many Ohio State games that they're bored of Ohio State, and you can feel that sometimes in their calls. Like Jack's scoop and score, the first one last year, and Gus on the calls, and Jack Sawyer with the strip, and he'll take it in for a touchdown. How about a little juice on the call, buddy? And here comes Penn State's offense. They will start the ball with the ball wearing their all whites, and I think the Penn State all whites is a really good look. These are two uniforms that I love seeing go against each other. As a uniform guy, man, it doesn't get much better than this. I love what do you guys think of these black undertones the Bucks are wearing here? This should be permanent. This is perfect. The black undershirts, the black sleeves, the black socks. This is just so sweet. And here we go. We are off. First down. Katron Allen is going to get to the second level and take it all the way out into Buckeyes, across midfield into the Buckeyes territory. That sucks. Everybody's loving the black undertones. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Miguel thinks we should have at least worn the black helmets. Yeah, I would have preferred if they mixed it up a little bit for this game. Why not? I don't understand why not, but whatever. I do love these black undertones, and I can dig this. Grumpmeyer, little quick out, and they'll get about 6 yards there. Devontae Ross, who of the three transfer wide receivers they brought in, Trevor Pena, Kyron Hudson, and Devontae Ross out of Troy, I thought Ross would be the most impactful despite all the love Trevor Pena and Kyron Hudson were getting. And Ross has been the most impactful by far. He's the guy out of the three of them. But because he came from Troy, he didn't get much run. But he was a dude last year. Second and 4. And they'll run it to Katron, and the Buckeyes will swallow it up. Arvell there to stop early. Kenyatta in there. Arvell sleeveless. And here we go. 3rd and 6. Can the Bucks get him off the field after that explosive play to start the game? They'll go back to Katron Allen, and Kenyatta will blow him up. But Penn State kind of in the go for it zone here at about the Ohio State 44. It's going to bring up 4th and 3. He's going to punt. Nah. This is turtling up here, man. You're coming in here as a huge underdog. That's just terrible. You got to go for it there. That's terrible. What's the worst that can happen? We'll see how long it takes Ohio State to get it to the 44 where they just gave up the ball from. That's a bad decision. If I'm a Penn State fan, I'm freaking out right there. Jeremy says, I respect Gus because he called a fair game, checked his scum at the door. He did. That is a huge punter, brother. He did. You know, there's a lot of people who were interested to find out that he was a Michigan fan. They had no idea. So if you can disguise that with as many of the games that he's called, that's good. So I do respect that as well. And here come the Buckeyes offense. One of the questions of the week. What do we got here? What's the offensive game plan? They come out. We're going to pass on. Oh, yes. Hitting Carnell out to the 30 to start off the game. I love it. I think they were in 12 personnel there. And they will stay in 12 personnel for first down from the 30. Bo Jackson out on the field. Bo will get blown up in the backfield. A busted play there. And Joel harping on this, Jim Knowles is going to know what Ohio State's going to do all day is just ridiculous. There we go. Bo's got some room, and he'll take it out and make this a 3rd and manageable here at about 3rd and 5. Ennis back out on the field. Well, out on the field for the first time. Julian back. And he will rip it incomplete to JJ. That was beautiful. JJ turning all the way around to grab that puppy. First down, Buckeyes. What a great that throw and catch were just beautiful. And just like that, are we back to where where Terry Smith decided to punt it from instead of just going for it on 4th? I think we are. No, we're way past that. Like, that was such a boneheaded move to punt right there. Same with Heat. Gets away from it and complete out to that's Bennett. That's Bennett Christian. So about 6 yards to Bennett Christian, and Julian showing that mobility there, feeling that pressure. He could throw on the move good, man. He's just getting better and better at it. The feel for the pocket's been really impressive. Just like Will. Will was really good with that natural just feel for the pocket. Julian looks good with these black accents. I love this. Whoa, interesting formation here. The Buckeyes go diamond formation all the way out on the left side. And they'll come back the other way, complete to JJ on a slant. First down, Bucks again. We'll go back to Bo. Beautiful run. And again, Bo gets hit and gets another 3-4 yards. And that's why he's in there starting now. That and the opportunity to hit an explosive. Those yards after contact. All right, we got Nate Roberts and CJ Donaldson in there on a 2nd and 2. So we're pulling Bo to put in the short yardage back, CJ Donaldson with Nate Roberts leading up the hole, and they'll pick up the first down. Again, Gus Johnson. Now we are way past halfway, well, barely past halfway through the season, and we're still calling people the transfer. Am I behind? I am behind, guys. Sorry. Did you guys tell me that and I wasn't paying attention? CJ too tall, Donaldson, that's a good one. Yeah, runs too damn tall. All right, 2nd and 4 for the Buckeyes. Sorry, guys, I'm caught up here. I don't know how I was behind. And they'll give it to CJ Donaldson, and he'll be tackled immediately. All right, we got 3rd and 3 for the Buckeyes. Julian to JJ, touchdown. Touchdown. One of the questions of the day was, will it be a Jeremiah Smith day? I feel like JJ needs a day here, and so far he has had it, as JJ will catch a touchdown from Julian in a beautiful first drive for the Buckeyes. All the way down the field. They mixed it up well. Touchdown, JJ. There we go. Get the big guy back on track. Love it. Could not have started better. Could not have started better. They give up an explosive run to Penn State and then quickly shut him down. March right down the field without playing at a snail's pace. Boom, boom, bing, bong, boom. Hey, brother. B-Star thinks the O-line is bad at pass blocking. Let me tell you, I watched the All-22 last night of Texas A&M, the number 3 team in the country. My goodness. The Ohio State pass blocking way better than them, and that goes for Alabama as well. So compared to the competition right now, the Buckeyes pass blocking been way better. And I'm going back and watching. I think I might have missed a play or two when I was catching up there when I lived up. So it looks like that Nate Roberts, CJ Donaldson combo was in there for a couple of plays. So CJ ran one, then he comes out. That was a first down there on 2nd and 2. And the next play on 1st down, we got Bo in there. Yeah, I missed this play. Julian hit Max Clare. Okay, I missed that one. And then the following play was the touchdown. Okay. We're all caught up. All right. Absolute surgeon, says Richie. Absolutely. Yeah, Eric, me too. That was not perfect mix of everything right there, wasn't it? You had the tight end mix. You had your fullback look with your short yardage package. You had that diamond formation on the field side, and came back to JJ, getting him one-on-one on the other side. That was a really creative, mixed up first drive, and just almost looked like, a Steve Sarkisian scripted drive. But that's not how Ohio State does it. So 1-0 Ohio State, or 1-0 Ryan Day over Jim Knowles right there. Totally embarrassed him on that one. So let's see if we can get 5 or 6 more of those. I think my favorite part was it was not intentionally slow on that first possession. My TV and my iPad. So the iPad is faster for some reason. Oh, now the TV is faster. This is so weird, man. This is bizarre. Like it rotates as to which one is moving. I'm with you, Ryan. I think Day wants to hang 100 on him. And why wouldn't he, right? A reminder for anybody who forgot and thinks that this is just about Jim Knowles going to Penn State. The hate is a feature of college football, not a bug. The hate's the best part. We literally spend all year hating a single program every day. We do it because we love it, not because we have to. We don't have to hate their uniform. We don't have to hate their state. We don't have to call them weird names. We do it because we love it. It's the best part. I don't need all this maturity in my sports fandom. Maturity is for the real world. This is my sports fandom. But let's talk about the real world for a second and what this guy did, man. This dude, in the midst of a national championship run, he was shopping his services to try to get himself a better offer to come back to his employer and strong-arm them for a better offer, when he literally just signed an extension for more money, making him the second highest paid coordinator in the country, that he was very happy to sign a year prior. Total scumbag move. I can't stand this guy, man. Then on top of it, he left to Penn State. Then on top of that, saying that the head coach was breathing down his neck and he couldn't work in these circumstances. Like, this guy threw down the gauntlet, man.
Yeah, we try not to take those things personal, but we are human.
If you accomplish something really great in a group of people and you leave and that's the way they feel about you after you left, you did something really, really wrong. So the backstory on that, if anybody forgot, not just about this dude going to Penn State, and Ryan Day has every reason to take this personally. Buckeye born since 01. What's up there, youngster? They might kidnap Heartline if we continue to look this good. Oliver says, I still think a blackout could have been cool with a steel gray sky, but it's pretty pointless on a day like today. Davey, what's up, buddy? Davey Greenshield says, I love the way Sane goes through his progressions. Absolutely, man. He is surgical. Sorry, guys, just jotting down my notes there. We'll be on the post-game show immediately after this. We'll be live over on Buckeye Huddle. Me and Mark will start it off there. And the iPad ahead of the TV as Penn State now with the ball at 25, and they will kick this drive off here with a handoff to K-Tron, and he will get swarmed by the Buckeyes defense. Looks like Eddie Houston. Baby Huey was there first. Good for our guy, man. He needs a confidence-building game. He had a really good game against Minnesota, the best of his career maybe. And then he was out for Wisconsin, comes back. No, he wasn't out for Wisconsin. Which game was he out? He missed a game and then he came back, and it was also a good game. So he's had 2 straight good games. Has number 96 after a really rough start to the season. And on second down, K-Tron Allen up the gut. It'll bring up about 3rd and 3. Third and 3 for the Knits. Grunk drops back. He doesn't see my man coming, and he'll have to throw it away thanks to Arvell. Put the pressure on him. He rolls out and has to throw it away. And Penn State with a quick 1, 2, 3 and get the hell off my field. How you like me now? Jason says, I'd like to see Isaiah West and Bo Jackson, but I know they don't want to make Peoples and CJ upset, but I think they're the best 2 options. Jason, I think at this point in college football with, you're paying guys and paying them young. If you're not producing, it's not too much of a concern about making anybody mad. In fact, the class of 2026, they are actively pursuing another running back to cover themselves. Should obviously Donaldson is gone already, but should anybody want to, leave out of this class, which if you're James Peoples and you've been passed up by 2 freshmen, Bucks got to cover themselves. Penn State will punt it away. Fair catch by Ennis. Bucks will start at the 25, their second offensive possession of the day. Curious to see if they will come out still moving. And Jeremy with the point time alone still looking good. Yep, look good there, right there on series number 2 for sure. Mike, I'm with you. I thought Arvell was about to get him. I mean, good on him for getting away right there. David says, how much of the play by Arvell Reese can we credit with Matty P and getting away from Jim Knowles? Is the complicated defense the issue? He didn't play more last year. So Arvell actually played quite a bit last year. I mean, he played 300 snaps, which, you know, the starters played 650. So he played about 50% of what they played. The difference you're seeing here is he was just playing as a traditional linebacker. And in this system, he also gets to, I call it, Matt Patricia has weaponized him. He is excellent at, you know, all defensive coordinators say they do this. Like, I want to put the players in the best position to succeed with their skill set. Very few of them actually execute it. Matt Patricia is excellent at that. And he came in and immediately said, like, look, this guy has a unique skill set and I can use him in a variety of different ways. And he has actually implemented that. And what we're seeing is the predator. You know what I mean? This is Matt Patricia utilizing this guy to the best of his ability. Jim Knowles did not. You know, when you look back last year, the jack position, for instance, Arvell would have been ridiculous at the jack position. And Jim Knowles said, rather than use the jack, I mean, he'd rather go the opposite way because we have so many great defensive linemen and put 5 defensive linemen than bring in that extra linebacker / jack. So, you know, that clearly wasn't the case. Weaponizing Arvell Reese would have been the best thing to do last year. But it is what it is. It just sucks that you got this ridiculous dude and we're only going to see 1 year of him. I mean, it really sucks. Not the first time we've dealt with this, you know, but I think to this degree, to this level, it goes back a little bit since we've seen a guy come in and totally dominate for 1 year and then be gone. I'm thinking of a particular safety. Here we go. Buckeyes ball. And we have got Isaiah West in on series number 3. He'll get wrapped up quickly. He had nowhere to go here. I couldn't see where the block breakdown was. And they're not going to show us a replay here. I'm going to click back. He's not from Philly. He's from New Jersey. He went to high school in Philly. B.I. getting held like crazy. Buckeyes will get the flag. You believe that? I don't know if you guys heard this, but Ohio State, again, of 136 teams, they are 131 this year in opponent penalties, which is a never-ending tradition. Now, it's true that the Big Ten throws less penalties in general, but Ohio State specifically, always, you know, in that bottom 10 of the country. Teams seem to play Ohio State and just have the cleanest game of their lives. Would you believe it? 2 flags, Brian. We got rough in the pass for 2. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, what's this guy talking about offsetting? They're both on the defense. Okay, so 15 freebies for the Buckeyes. But thank you. I can't hear that well. I got this down low so you guys don't hear the background noise. So here we go. 1st and 10 Buckeyes at their own 40. Isaiah West still in the game. He's had one rushing attempt up the gut for nothing. We'll see if he can get his groove, if they can. There we go. Oh, yes. BI, baby. I'd love to see that for him, man. I'm so sick of the hate he's getting. There we go, BI. I'm also wanting to see Julian work more in the middle of the field. This is kind of the last area that he needs to get sharp at here this season before they head into the postseason. BI down the seam. That's right. We need to see some more of that. First down for the Bucks at the Penn State 30. Julian in the gun. Isaiah West still out there. Julian gets pressure and he will throw it away. Shit. Denied Dennis Sutton as a dude. Man, that was a great throwaway, Andy, wasn't it? Second and 10 Buckeyes. A whole lot would panic and take that sack. Buckeyes in 12 personnel. And there we go, Isaiah West making dudes miss. That is what he does. Straight up the gut for a first down. I mean, look at that. That 1, 2, 3. I said when this guy committed to Ohio State that he would be an Ohio State fan favorite because of his running style. And it's this that I was talking about. He is just tough to bring down, man. Tough to bring down. They'll go back to Isaiah West, and he'll pick up a couple. It's nice. I've got this so because the iPad is faster than the TV, I can watch it the first time, and then I see the replay live speed because this is just behind it here. Second and 9 for the Buckeyes. Julian the gun, and he will sling it out to BI. It's a BI day. He breaks a tackle. He breaks 2 tackles. An 8-yard pickup by Brandon Innes, and that was spectacular. That was beautiful, man. I'm really, really happy for BI. I hope this is a game he continues to get involved in. I'm so sick of the crap he's taken. I'm all for giving guys crap when they deserve it, but, you know, it's very clear on the film. The dude is getting open. Third and 2 for the Bucks. This is a big one here. They'll go to Donaldson, and he will barrel ahead for a good 5-yard pickup. And to be quite honest, the guy that I don't compliment often, that was a good run. He got behind his pads, and he drove, and I like it. Luke Montgomery leading the way. Bulldozing dudes. Austin bulldozing dudes. That was a good one. First and goal for the Buckeyes. Wow. Buckeyes with 9 first downs now already, and they're moving. They're moving. Can they get 2 touchdowns before this clock runs out? 2 touchdowns in the first would be great. And see, now you leave Donaldson in there, and now it's just a wasted play. Yeah, it just looked terrible. So, end of the first, 7-0 Buckeyes fixing to score. You know, Joel's talking about it not being a quick tempo offense. It's been much quicker than we've seen at some points. Yeah, Brian, that did look really clunky. Run game feels boom or bust right now. Absolutely, Mike. Dan says, I'm here to see Jack lose his mind when CJ gets the ball. Listen, Dano, I complimented him on two runs ago. I thought he got down below, behind his pads pretty well. The majority of the time he is, subpar as an Ohio State running back. I mean, he should not have the ball in his hands. That's my opinion on it. Like, that's just a subpar Ohio State running back. But here we are. I guess if they want to go ahead and let him eat up those hits and keep it off the freshman, I get it. Oliver Truman loves the black helmet, agrees with the guy earlier. Would have been a great move today to wear the black helmet. You guys talking about the standard black helmet? This guy to wear this with the regular uniform? I'm with you. I think with the regular uniform and all these black accents that they're wearing, the sleeves and the socks, like that would be a pretty slick look. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the black helmet. So yeah, Brutus did a what do you call it? A zip line from the top up by the lights down to the field. And Brutus teased this on Brutus's Twitter account this week. He teased that he was going to do something fantastic. And Brutus delivered. Brennan's family went to the game without him today. Whoa, Texas up 17-0 on Vandy. Andrew, is Arch playing? Is he out of concussion protocol? I haven't checked up on anything yet. The rooting interest for me in that game is Texas. I want Texas to win that game because I think I think Vandy can run the table potentially easier than Texas. What I want is for both of them to have 3 losses. If you're trying to get 4 Big Ten teams into the playoffs, then the rooting interest there is Texas, because Texas still going to pick up their 3rd loss, most likely against Texas A&M. If Vanderbilt, who only has 1 loss, loses this one to Texas, then they can lose another one to Tennessee in their final game of the year, and both of them will get knocked out. John, my first time watching with you. This is great. Thank you, and go Bucks. John, appreciate you joining, buddy. Yeah, man. We've probably done this. I don't know. We started doing this last year for the Texas game, and I got so much golden content of myself reacting to the Jack Sawyer scoop and score. I was like, maybe I should do this more. That goes. But I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I'm usually home alone. I got most of my family is working on Saturday, so it works out good for me. Here we go, Buckeyes. 1st and goal to start off the second quarter. Julian with the ball. He's scanning the field. He will hit his target. Carnell Tate, 3rd and goal. About 4 yards to go here. Another opportunity here in the red zone, and Buckeyes so far 1 for 1 on the day. Is that Jimmy DePeoples in the backfield? Jimmy DePeoples in the backfield. Julian will try to check down to him, and Julian with the heat up the gut, he had nowhere to go. And he will just sling it away. 4th and goal. The Buckeyes will go for it from the 4-yard line. And this is a huge momentum play here in this game early. Jimmy DePeople's still on the field. Julian with the ball. You guys, never mind. I'm an idiot. The Buckeyes will line up for a field goal. I'm looking at this screen, and it's 3rd down. Then I scan up here, and I thought they were going for it on 4th. It's a replay of 3rd down because this screen up here is behind. That's what you get when you're watching on 2 screens at 2 different times. So Jaden Fielding will punch one in. Buckeyes go up 10-0, and now just 1 for 2 on the day for touchdowns in the red zone, which is not good. Now that goal by Ryan Day, and this is the first year he's stated that for us, is 75%. He wants to score a touchdown 75% of the time in the red zone. And when you get down into the low red area inside the 10-yard line, they have been subpar. There's no other way to put it. They've been subpar this year. He's not happy about it. It's kind of unexplainable. It should be way better. Hey, that's a good one, Brad. Yeah, the black socks and the number 10 reminds me of Troy Smith. Thank you, John. Appreciate you, buddy. I love doing the podcast. Andy says Juck's next job will be the OSU equipment manager. I'll tell you what, Andy, I would love to have a conversation with the Ohio State equipment manager. So we talk about what they wear, when they wear it, all the time. Who makes the decision? Ryan Day insists, and he says all the time, that it is the equipment manager who makes the decision as to when Ohio State wears what they wear. And I'm talking like alts, all scarlet pants. I mean, that has to be the biggest nonsense answer ever. There is no way the equipment manager is making the decision of what this billion-dollar team is wearing on Saturdays. No chance. But I'd love to talk to him. Now, I've been in his office. I've seen the operation, and you would not believe how small the Ohio State equipment room is. It is like my high school equipment room was the same size. I mean, they've got stuff stacked to the rafters. It's probably like, I don't know, 600 square feet. And I've seen I do tours sometimes online of like Texas Tech and everybody's facilities and their like equipment room. The Ohio State equipment room is like something out of 1970. It is just so tiny, and it gives it that James Laurinaitis calls the whole facility like it's got grit to it, and it does. It feels gritty, it feels old school, but it is crazy when you're looking at, just like the brand of Ohio State, just how much it's worth and everything. In the equipment room, the helmets lined up on the wall, and it's just like, man, these are the Ohio State helmets right there in this little tiny dinky room. It's like, wow, this is crazy. But they obviously get it done. But I would love this job, to be honest. This would be like a dream job for me, especially if I was the one who got to decide what they wore. Yeah. Escapadis says someone needs to inform CJ Donaldson he is allowed to, in fact, jump cut or scrape or do anything rather than run straight at the pile. We are way past that point, my man. Blight says, I'm telling you, I cannot believe we're still giving Donaldson carries over West. Like, what the hell are we doing? Hey, man. I'm going to stop talking about it, to be honest. And I have stopped talking about it because it just almost looks like a personal vendetta at this point, and I understand that, and it's not at all. There we go. Our girl M says, here's a positive. BI putting on a show so far. Love the energy and drive from him. Absolutely. Chris says we got 35 rushing yards so far. Jackson and West leading the way with 4.4 a clip. Donaldson 2.2. Dave says, have we seen anything out of Peoples that has been really good? No, Peoples is he is what I thought he was, man. He's he's a good back. That's it. And by good, I mean like good at this level of college, not good by Ohio State standards, but if you put Peoples on Purdue, he'd be really good. He's a quality Big Ten back. There we go.
With the Buckeyes, and you think this guy, Kenyatta Jackson, a bit scary on the edge. How are you dressed up for Halloween?
Kenyatta Jackson as Mike Myers is pretty scary, man. That dude is enormous. Third down, just like that. As I'm not paying attention, I've been talking to you guys here. The Buckeyes defense is so ridiculous. I try to mix it up though, because I know that like you guys don't need me to like call the game. You're watching the game, so it's probably better sometimes if I just interact with you while we're watching it. 3rd and 9 for the Knits from their own 25-yard line. 10-0 Buckeyes. And there is a completion. It'll be short of the sticks. Or did he get it? No, he got it. Or did he not get it? Yeah, he got it. Oh my gosh. 1st and 10, Grunkmeyer just missed his man. Threw it way behind him. Buckeye Born since 01 is almost ready to say this defense is better than last year. Yeah, I've been there myself. Ooh. Penn State. Pops one, man. Penn State out to the 50. 1st and 10 for the Knits. Singleton will get about a 6, and they got something cooking here on this drive. Second time they've crossed midfield here. Singleton has had a really, really bad year. Obviously, Singleton, Katron Allen thought to be the best tandem in the country. Coming into the year, and Singleton has not delivered. Katron certainly has. Singleton has had a really rough year. And here comes Tron, and Penn State has got it moving here. They're inside the Buckeyes 40. That was a really good looking play there. Kenyatta had a shot to get him in the backfield. Couldn't do it. So 1st down Knits from the Buckeyes 38. And they're going to throw. All right. They tried a little trickeration there. No dice. Wasted down. But you got to try that kind of stuff when you're Penn State, I guess. The thing is that goofball Andy Kotelnicki that everybody was praising all offseason, and I maintained that this dude is nothing but people like to say his name. Like people who are on ESPN or whatever show, like they think they sound smart, talking about Andy Kotelnicki and how awesome he is. He's not. Yeah, absolutely, Brad. Too disciplined for that crap. J-Buck says that Sonny was slow to get up. I didn't catch that. Oh, geez. What did I just miss? 2nd and 10. Absolutely blown up run. Baby Huey. Baby Huey fired up. There goes that dude. Big 96. Caleb almost got him in the backfield, but he will not get a single yard. Third and 10, and they will complete it. A beautiful ball by Grunk. First down for the Nits. Bucks 25. And they'll pick up about 3 on a run. Does Grunkmeyer already look better than Drew Aller? Is this already better than Drew Aller has ever played against Ohio State? It just might be. Penn State inside the 10-yard line, man. What's going on here, dude? We got 1st and goal, Penn State here. Down just 10-0. And we are halfway through the second quarter now. They have now had several explosives on the ground. Timeout, Penn State. Mirko Krokop, not a big fan of rushing 3 and dropping 8. Put some pressure on this dude. The chat is very irritated with the lack of holding calls. At this point, I just accept it. Chad D says, as a Michigan fan, this is giving me a ton of confidence. Yeah, I mean, if I were a Michigan fan watching this, it would look like, okay, there is a chink in this armor. But, you know, it is halfway through the second quarter, my man. Halfway through the second quarter, and let's be honest, the offense has, been a machine. And I suspect Penn State will not be able to stop the offense all day. That's what I do hate about going slow, is we are now halfway through the second quarter. It's 10-0 Ohio State. And if we look at the game cast here, Penn State started with the ball. Ohio State got the ball, went 11 plays for a touchdown, 6 minutes. 11 plays, field goal, 5 minutes. And they've had 2 possessions. 2 possessions, and we're halfway through the second. when you have the advantage on offense and you intentionally limit your plays, I mean, it's just, you make a close game closer. I mean, they're going to have 4 possessions max in this first half, which is essentially what they had at Washington. They only had 3 at Washington, but that was because Brandon Ennis fumbled the punt return. I mean, there's a chance that they could have 3 possessions in the first half here. And at some point, man, I just am going to explode. But the entire country, eyeballs are turning to this game here. Rooting for Penn State. Much like our Michigan fella in the chat here. Big Willie style. Will Smith with a sweet tackle there. Will Smith has been the second best interior lineman on the season. 2nd and goal, and Penn State will get it down to the 3-yard line. This is absolutely now 2 plays from the 3-yard line for Penn State. They're definitely going to go for this on 4th, you would think. $53 is Will Smith Jr. All right, Penn State, 3rd and goal. Funky lineup. They'll flip it out to Nick Singleton, and he'll go in for a touchdown, and it'll be 10-7 Buckeyes. 6 minutes left in the first half. Ohio State has possessed the ball 2 times. You know, my fear was here coming into this game, if I had any, that these seniors who, you know, they came back, right, to win a national championship. They came back to win a national championship. They have nothing to play for. There are no goals left. If they make a bowl, it's going to be the Motor City Bowl. Like, they don't care about anything else this entire season. But they do have the opportunity to play number 1 and number 2 in back-to-back weeks. They're playing Ohio State. They're playing Indiana. All they can do now is play for pride against these 2 teams. And I get the feeling they love Terry Smith and they want to play for him. And if you're one of the younger guys on the roster, nobody wants change. In their opinion, like, maybe they think if they play hard for Terry Smith that he can potentially get the job, like Marcus Freeman got the Notre Dame job. I'll be honest, I love this guy, Terry Smith. I've been listening to him since the firing of James Franklin. I think he's awesome. But, you know, he doesn't have a shot at getting the job. But they don't know that. They're young kids. They think if they can go win a couple of these, maybe he gets the job. So these guys are playing hard as hell, man. They're playing hard as hell. And we're looking at a first half where Ohio State most likely is going to give up 7 points in the first half. That's it, right? But it's a really close game because Ohio State's only possessed the ball for 2 possessions, both of which they scored, but there's only 6 minutes left in the half. And I agree with you, my man. Grandpa Buck, the lack of penalties called against other teams is absurd. It is. JD said we need to win by big numbers or else voters will say Indy is number 1. Well, they got to play these guys too next week. No, there's absolutely no panic as far as like the game and who's going to win the game. Like, I'm not concerned about that. When I watch Ohio State, it's when they're a big favorite, and they are a big favorite today, similar to how the coaches judge it. Like, I'm judging it against their own standard and projecting what does it mean for the future when they actually play teams that, it's a 3-point line. What's it mean moving forward? To me, the most irritating thing is that they're getting the ball back. They've scored on 2 possessions. They've only had 2 possessions. They're getting the ball back with 6 minutes left in the half. That's ridiculous. This is a slower pace than the Washington game.
Can't wait to watch that one, and we're enjoying watching this with good momentum.
Jason says we need to win. I don't care how big. I would like it if they put Indiana first because that'll give our guys more to play for. Nah, forget that, man. How old are you? I want to be number 1. It is not often in your life you get to experience your team being number 1. And we take it for granted as Ohio State fans. But like for other programs to get to number 1 in the AP poll is like the highlight of their lives. I don't want Indiana to have that at our expense. They've never been number 1. Screw that. We're number 1. In addition, one of the categories by which we judge the greatest programs of all time, weeks in the A poll, weeks at number 1 in the A poll, Ohio State is number 2 in that category to Alabama. 141 weeks at number 1 for Alabama, 115 for Ohio State. I want to close that gap. I'd like to take them over. I want that number 1. Caleb says this is not the number 1 team in the country. Never thought we were there yet this year, honestly. Caleb, explain something to me, man. There are 6 minutes left in the first half of the game. Ohio State will likely finish this game having given up just 7 points in the first half. Is that good? Is that great? What is that? That's really good, right? 7 points and a half? Okay. Ohio State has had the ball 2 possessions. They have scored on both possessions. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal. Both got to the red zone. Now, when you look at it from that standpoint, what do you think there? I mean, the issue here is this game literally just started in terms of like possessions, but it's almost halfway over. This team hasn't been playing bad. On Penn State's drive right there that they just scored, A 15-play, 17-yard drive. -1 yard pass, 2-yard run, 9-yard pass, incompletion. 16-yard pass, there's one explosive. 5-yard run, 7-yard run, incompletion, 0-yard run. 13-yard pass, 13-yard pass, 5-yard run, 3-yard run, 1-yard run. All right, here we go. Bucks with the ball back. Bo Jackson back in, and the sun has come out. Incomplete to Brandon Ennis, and Julian Sayin missed one there. Julian Sayin missed. And if this is a quick 3 and out, that would not be very good at all. I can't believe Julian missed that ball. That's one you don't usually see. Man, did that suck. That said, I think Carnell or JJ catch that ball. To Bo Jackson with a little room, and he'll get 5. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. Yeah, Brian, I wish he could have broken that tackle. He had a ton of daylight if he broke that tackle. Pressure up the gut. Julian running for his life. He'll get out of it and run for a first down. That was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous by Sayin right there. Evades 2 guys, 3 guys, and gets a first down plus. Takes a hit. You would have liked him to slide there, but beautiful. First down for the Bucks. Julian drops back, and he will hit JJ, who breaks a tackle for a first down. Cooking with gas now, baby. All right, first down for the Bucks. We got 4:40 left in the pistol formation. Bo Jackson in there. Sun shining. It'll go to Bo. Stretch to the boundary, and he'll get about 3. Stretch to the field. About a 3-yard pickup for Bo. Brian says, let's stretch it. Let's stretch it as well. Why keep running? Yeah, they've run stretch better than any team we've seen at Ohio State in a long time. Long ball for Carnell Tate, touchdown! Carnell Tate now 11 of 12 on contested balls this year. Julian's saying a little bit of an underthrow. It doesn't matter. 17's going to come down with it. And the first pass pass attempt over 20 yards on the day as well results in a touchdown. And if you're a Penn State fan, how demoralizing is that? You thought you had him right where you wanted him. And just like that, the Buckeyes go up 17-7. And that will be their 3rd possession. Buckeyes have scored on all 3. And a great point here by Klatt. Julian saying keeping that puppy alive. So 3 possessions apiece. Penn State has gone punt, touchdown. Ohio State has gone touchdown, field goal, touchdown. And the Bucks will kick it off to the Nits. They'll take over with 3:36 left on the clock. If Ohio State does not get the ball back, for a 4th possession, this will officially be the slowest game we've seen all year. A 3-possession first half would be just unbelievable. Absolutely, J-Buck. Incredibly strong hands, and thank you for being a member. Here goes Penn State. K-Tron will get about 9, and they're moving, fixing to get another first down. Time to wake up. Penn State on 2nd down. They're going to take a shot. And wow, Ethan Grunkmeyer with a horrific ball. His guy was wide open. That could have been a big one. First down, Penn State. Jason says this is exactly how you win a slow eat the clock game. I could not disagree with this more. Couldn't disagree with this anymore. Like every fiber of my being. When you have the advantage on someone, and Ohio State has the advantage on both sides of the ball, to limit your possessions is to artificially keep a team in the game. If you have each 10 possessions or each 6 possessions, you are keeping them in the game when you don't have to. And if you keep them in the game, strange things can happen, turnovers, things of that sort. Statistically, without a doubt, you are putting yourself in more jeopardy if you artificially slow the game down. Like what, for instance, what does every team try to do when they are overmatched with an opponent? What is the first thing every coach says? Well, we're going to try to hold on to the ball. We're going to try to keep the ball out of their offense's hands. We're going to try to slow the game down, run clock. Like that's what the opponent tries to do. To give them that advantage on your own. Third and 10 for the Nits. 2:14 left. Some pressure on Grunk. He'll roll right. And flag, no flag. Jermaine Matthews was all over my man Hudson, and they won't get a flag. So Penn State will be forced to punt with 2:07 left. And the Bucs defense will prevail here. Bo Atkinson had Grunkmeyer dead to rights, man. He is such a bad athlete. I mean, the guy is just a stiff. Great motor, strong player, but athletically challenged. So 17-7 Bucs will get the ball back with 2 minutes left to go. Dylan says we're lucky their quarterback can't throw. He's missed a couple where they could have. I mean, obviously they could have extended that drive there. So the Buckeyes will get an opportunity here for possession number 4. They've scored on their first 3 possessions, 2 touchdowns, 1 field goal. Red zone performance, they are 50% touchdown. Caleb said, I thought we were wearing all black, even though I like the throwback with the black socks. So we weren't, it was never announced we're going to wear all black. I think it's, silly that they don't surprise you with the colors once in a while. But what I find interesting is they know everybody wants the blacks. They know everybody loves the blacks as far as the alternates go. I don't personally love the blacks, but the majority of fans want to see the blacks. The players love the blacks. So they'll do alternates. They'll do white pants. They'll do the grays. They'll do the scarlets, but they won't do the black. Then when it comes to what they're now calling and have labeled, marketed as the heritage stripes, which I just call our proper uniform, the stripes that you see behind me on the Bo Jackson jersey right there. They know everybody wants that. And it was like, okay, we're just going to give it to you in the playoffs. And last year it was literally like, no, you need to make it to the actual national championship game before we will roll that out. So you play in a national championship game, and how do you want to look in your national championship game? You got all eyes on you. You want to look your absolute best, the very best you can look. And what do we roll out? We roll out that jersey. When we want to look our very best, we roll out that jersey. Why? Why don't we just want to look our best every week? If I could have one conversation with a decision maker at Ohio State, like this would be the topic. Why? Just explain to me why. I think we all know the answer. And I hate the answer. See, Mike, my dude. What's up, baby? Is Texas coming into form, or is Vandy overrated? What's the score there, guys? There we go, Andy. Practice that 2-minute drill. And that's what it is here. The middle 8, we own it. We do own it. Andy is convinced the Bucks are going to score again here, and we'll see the backups in the 4th. That would be excellent. Oh, look at Mark Ingram's suit, man. I would love it if I could pull that off. I love that. Here we go. At 2 minutes. No room at all for C.J. Donaldson. Did he just fumble the ball? Did he just fumble the ball? I had to listen to people tell me Bo Jackson was a fumble risk, and you got to give it to the veteran. You got to give it to the veteran because Bo Jackson's a freshman, and he's going to fumble. Did this moron just fumble that? Stripped right out of his hands. Penn State will have the ball back in the red zone. Back to my point. This is why you don't artificially limit your possessions with a team that can play with you. Because crazy things can happen, or you can put in a senior bum and he fumbles the ball. Oh, and it's Chaz. It's Chaz. Of course it is. Why is that guy in there on first down, by the way? Stiff, man. What are they reviewing? Boy, Mike Pereira is looking old. Not looking at anything. It's a clear fumble. Here we go. First down for the Nitskis. Buckeyes will bottle him up. K-Mac in there. My text messages are blowing up right now. All right, 3rd and 6 for the Nits here. I'd almost like to see them get 4 yards and then go for it on 4th so the Bucs could try and stop them here. And they will get 4 yards. So make it a 1-score game or try to take advantage of this opportunity, Terry. What are you going to do here? Oh, geez, never mind. I'm looking at the replay again. Third and 6 with 27 seconds left. This cameraman is right here by the huddle, and you can see the cameraman's like an average size man from where the camera angle is and how just big these dudes are. I love it. I got to stop scaring you. Listen, this is why my family doesn't like to watch with me. This is what I tell you guys. So I'm watching with you. You know what I mean? I'm what you might call reactionary. Here we go. 3rd and 6. Grunkmeyer will line it up from the 9-yard line for the Nitskis. He'll roll left and a little shovel pass, and they will take it down to the 2-yard line to the 1. And now Terry Smith with a huge decision to make. Does he make it a 1-score game, or do they try to take advantage of this fumble by C.J. Dummelson and punch it into the end zone? What's he going to do? A huge decision. What would you do? You only get so many options. There's so many opportunities here. I'm going for it, man. I'm trying to punch this in and seize this momentum going into halftime, 17-14 at the shoe. That's what I'm doing. But we already saw Terry Smith punt the ball from the 43 on his first possession, which was a ridiculous decision. On 4th and 3, only to see Ohio State's offense have the ball there in 3 plays anyway. So he's going to line up the offense and look like he's going to go for it. Will he actually snap the ball? I mean, if I'm a Penn State fan, I have nothing to lose here. Absolutely go for it. There is nothing to lose here. And they'll line it up. Here we go. They'll snap the ball. The Bucs stop him. No, he's He's calling touchdown. What? It's not even close. The hell it was. No chance. No chance. No chance. Where is he able to extend over the goal line? What am I missing here? Are they not reviewing this thing? Honestly, from these camera angles, I don't see that there's anything to. Why is Jason Moore in there, man? I can't believe they didn't stop and review this thing. I'm with you, Will. I don't think he broke the plane. I can't believe that didn't get reviewed, but honestly, I don't think there was a way to, I don't think there was a view that could overturn that. I'm with you, Nene. There's no way he could see that from where he was standing. I mean, we saw the camera angle from where he was standing. There's no way he could see that. Ivan says, that's what happens when you play slow. You limit your possessions. Ohio State's offense scored on their first 3 possessions, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Get the ball back, fumble. That's it. That's all they had in the entire first half. Tone says, of course, they're not reviewing it. The referees were. Listen, I got to write this in my notes. No review. I don't think there would have been enough to overturn it. Nonetheless, the fact that they didn't look was insane. Like how many plays do we see that aren't really close at all, that they stop the play and over and look at it? That's just bizarre for a play that big. Ken, I'm sorry, bro. I'll click back in the second half. Ken says I'm way ahead of him. Ivan not happy with the third down defense, and he's right. This shortened the game. This shortened the game is backfiring big time, according to Jeremy. All right, so here we go. I can't stand CJ Donaldson. You called it, Juck. So in the chat right now, not very happy with CJ Donaldson, not happy with no review, not happy with the third down defense, and certainly not happy that Ohio State is up 17-14. And I'll tell you the thing I'm most disappointed about. After the Washington game in the post-game show, like my biggest takeaway from that game at Washington was Ohio State just had 3 possessions in the first half, but I mean, really they had 4, but Brandon Ennis fumbled the punt return. So they really only had the ball 3 times. And this is a literal replay of that with Ohio State on their first 3 possessions going touchdown, field goal, touchdown. And possession number 4, you get 1 play, a fumble by CJ Donaldson, and you have possessed the ball 3 times essentially in the entire half. And I have been railing on this nonsense the entire season. I cannot stand it. This is the only way, similar to Michigan last year, like the only way they could win that game is if you play right into their hands, and you did. This game right here, if Ohio State possesses the ball, Ohio State and Penn State both possess the ball 12 times apiece, there's no chance it's close. No chance. If you limit that to 8, well, things can happen, like a fumble here or there. The offense has been playing great. They're 3 out of 3 on scoring drives, except for that fumble. To only possess the ball 4 times in the entire half, absurd. Absurd. At the expense of what, man? What are we talking about here, dude? What are we talking about here? This entire thing, they're going to save a game's worth of hits. You know what else you can do? Listen, if I am going to play, if I'm going to score, let's say I'm playing a bum, and let's be honest, 75% of Ohio State's games this year, they're favorites of 20 points, right? Huge favorites. If you're playing those games, you can play slow and play 60 games or 60 plays in the game, and that be the end of the game, and there you go. That's it. Your starters played 60 plays, and you're done. Or you can play 60 plays halfway through the 4th quarter, pull your starters, and they still only played 60, and then you play your backups. I just don't get it. And you could say, well, that you want the defense to have the rest in between. But come on, man. You've been to a game. You know how much time there is on a TV timeout, nonstop, downtime. Not to mention when they're playing the bum teams, they're getting off the field for 3 and outs the majority of the time, and they're 20 years old. How much rest do we think they need? This entire philosophy is garbage. By the way, Ohio State did it last year. Notice that none of the other really smart programs said, I should do that too. Nobody else bought in. Like, doubling down on this and going even slower is driving me nuts. Particularly in a game like this. Regardless of that, CJ Donaldson carrying the ball on first down should never happen. The guy is trash. He's not even the best short down yardage running back. He should not be carrying the ball on first down. And I had to listen to people telling me nonstop the first 3 weeks, oh, you can't play Bo Jackson. Fumbles. Guess what? CJ Donaldson now has more fumbles on the year than Bo Jackson. I don't have any idea why that guy's touching the ball. Not even the best short yardage running back. Isaiah West would blow him away in any of these short yardage situations. Offensively, they're playing great. They're playing great. They're looking crisp. The offensive line has not been fantastic, but Julian looks great. He missed 1 ball. It looks like they're getting whatever they want offensively. They're 1 for 2 in the red zone, in the low red zone. The goal is 75%. That's not fantastic, but outside of that fumble, what do you want? 3 possessions, 3 scores, 2 of them touchdowns. Perfect. If you had 6 possessions or even 5 possessions, you're looking beautiful right now. I mean, honestly, how much more do you expect Penn State to be able to do this offensively? The clamps are about to come down. They'll get nothing in the second half. Ohio State's going to run away and win this game by 20 points. And that's what's going to happen in the second half. And that's it. So, anyway, let's go to the chat and see what you guys have to say. I apologize for my outburst. I'm a little bit reactionary at times. Josh says Ryan Day is yelling at his team. No doubt. No doubt is he yelling at the team. He's absolutely not happy. Mike Green, the offensive line, whiffing was my beef. They did have some rough reps, man. Some rough reps. And I like to wait till I see the all 22 before I come down on any one guy individually. But just as a group, they have not looked good. You're right. They have not been playing as slow as they have been. Lack of explosives for quicker drives. I mean, you're right. It's not been as slow as it has been. But like, we can also go back to last year, 2 years ago, and, there are not many games where you could say Ohio State only possessed the ball 4 times and a half. Mike Green, complete trash. Chris, sooner or later, the slow playing going to catch up. Dave, why aren't we running the 4-3? Here's a good one. Jay Buck, what would you pay to hear what's going on in that locker room right now? A lot of money, man. A lot of money. Mike G, 2-minute warning. Why do you give Donaldson the ball, let alone run? It's time to throw the ball. Plus, Donaldson is the worst back. I mean, it's a fantastic point. What are we doing running the ball on first down there anyway? And Ryan, we play like this against the team up north in their house, going to lose again. I'd agree. And I'd also agree with Bob. The Bucks are still going to cover. They're still going to win this game and cover. The line went off at 17.5, I think, this morning. Eric says, be aggressive on offense. That call where CJ fumbled was playing to lose. It certainly wasn't playing to win. Jeremy says, limited possessions, 1 turnover can kill you. More possessions, more room for error. At a pace we are at, the more you demoralize opponents. It's absolutely right. I mean, seriously, like you hear it from every single coach when he's going in to play a team where he knows he's overmatched. What does he want to do? Slow the game down, possess the ball, keep the ball out of their hands, limit plays. Like, that is literally what they try to do against Ohio State our entire lives. What every team that's overmatched, what they try to do is the way we are intentionally playing. Absolutely, Sage. Buckeyes are going to whoop them. Alabama Jones. Are you a Buckeye fan, Alabama Jones? Oh, I get what you're saying. That's what, what's his face? Shane Gillis called Nick Saban. Great half with huge mistake. One huge mistake. Still, it shouldn't be this close. No, it should not. And Greeny says the O-line has not had a good half. And honestly, the O-line has now not had 3 consecutive halves in a row because they were crap against Wisconsin. It was their worst game of the year, both the first and the second half. And Tyler Bowen's got to get something together here, man. And you know what I hate is I couldn't stand the excess of the heavy packages with all the tight ends. And they changed that up for Wisconsin. It was like, a breath of fresh air. Let's see what they got. And they did great offensively in the passing game. But after the tight ends having their worst game of the year, the game prior against Illinois, now you take the tight ends out against Wisconsin and the offensive line has their worst game. And my question, and one of the 10 questions in the pregame show was that correlated? Was that correlated or just coincidence? My theory was it was just coincidence because when you looked at the offensive line, it was really just, it was technique breakdown. It was not like, it wasn't confusion. It was just one guy getting beat here, one guy getting beat there. Phil Daniels obviously had a horrible game in pass pro, giving up six hurries, and he'd only given up 2 in the entire year. And now you got another game of evidence here of the offensive line not playing good with the tight ends again. So is it correlated? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'm curious to see what Ryan Day has to say about it. I'm with you, Bootzilla. Weston Bowes should be running the ball exclusively. And somebody said to me in the comments this morning, like, I don't understand what your beef is about the running backs. Like, they're young guys, save their bodies for hits. Like, Bo and Isaiah collectively came into this game today, and this is game number 8 on the season, collectively with 80 carries between the two of them. That's literally like no use at all. Like they're very, very fresh. Very fresh. Jackson didn't fumble against Grambling. The ball fumbled out of bounds. That doesn't classify as it's not a fumble on the stats. The ball wasn't given to the other team. What's up, Sue? Sue says the offensive line is depressing me, and don't get me started on the run game. The portal isn't always the answer. It is an answer to set $1 million on fire in the case of Ethan Onyanwa. Sean says Donaldson runs literally straight into the back of his offensive line instead of the wide open hole. That's true. Dave, why would you be running the ball in the 2-minute drill? Terrible call running on first. Buckeye Born says Angry Juck is what I hope they are doing in the locker room right now. I'm guessing so. Well, seems like most are in agreement here in the chat. And we've now got what's going on in the rest of the country here. Let's go through some scores. Actually, let's check the Buckeyes stats here. Take a look at the box score, and I'll pull this up for you guys too to take a look at it with me. Let me remove myself here. All right, so looking at the box score, Ethan Grunkmeyer is 7 of 12 for 64 yards, 5.3 a carry, which is 2 yards or 5.3 per completion, 2 yards more than against Iowa. Julian Sayin, 11 of 14 for 168, average of 12 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's great. Bo Jackson and Isaiah West have combined. Look at this here. Bo Jackson with 5 carries, Isaiah with 3 carries. CJ Donaldson has carried the ball more than Isaiah West. That's ridiculous. 5 carries. CJ Donaldson has as many carries as Bo Jackson, averaging 2.2 yards a carry. And Julian Sam with that 1 for 9 yards was excellent. The Bucks with 53 yards on the ground. Penn State, on the other hand, was 76. Though Ohio State is holding them to 4 yards a carry, which is pretty good. Receiving, they've done essentially nothing. You got Nick Singleton with 2 for 29. A couple of explosives there. Devontae Ross, 3 for 14, 4.7 a carry. And, you know, they just had a couple of explosives. You get the fumble return or the fumble recovery from Chaz Coleman out of Warren, who is, you know, I made a video about him, and I think it's one of the biggest blunders that Ohio State has made in several years. And it demonstrates a poor recruiting philosophy that they've been doing for several years that needs to stop in its slow playing Ohio kids. And they got in on him too late. They could have had him. They got in on him way too late. They offered him like 40 days before signing day. And that's not any way to win somebody over. So he went to Penn State, who had a relationship with him longer. The defensive side of the ball, Arvell Reese leading the way with 7 tackles, Sonny with 5, Caleb with 5. And who else has played here? We've got Edric Houston in on 2 tackles. Good for him. Willie Smith had that 1 sweet tackle. Devin Sanchez has been in there. Don't have the snap counts yet. As far as TFLs, Arvell and Kenyatta split that one earlier. No sacks on the day. And I don't expect many, as Grunkmeyer's getting the ball out pretty quick. But that is where we're at, guys. As far as the rest of the country, Miami at the half only up 10-7 on SMU at SMU, which is awesome. Love to see that. I would love to see SMU pull off the upset, even though it's, if you're someone who's rooting for Notre Dame to get left out of the playoffs at 10-2, if they were able to run the table, Miami finishing 11-1 could potentially not make it to the ACC championship, but they'd still make the playoffs over Notre Dame. So there is an avenue that a 10-2 Notre Dame, because they don't play in a conference, and don't have the opportunity in a conference championship could get left out of this thing. And as we are now closer to this, like we thought early on, there were going to be a lot of 9-3 teams potentially in the playoffs this year. The way it's shaping up, I mean, it looks like there's not. We're seeing some really good records here.
At Fairfield, every moment of a perfect game day shapes your fandom. Whether it's stepping out with your crew, grabbing the fuel you need to support.
Richie said, "Juck, you see me working." No, what do you mean? What is this? Oh, are you banishing guys, buddy? Get them out of here. That's why you got that wrench. Buckeye Born would love to see some sacks and a turnover in the second. Texas is up 24-10 on Vandy's. Sober is the Holy Ghost. You and me both, my man. I was impressed by C.J. Donaldson's early run when he wrapped the ball up with both hands and then he fumbles it before the half. Get him the heck out of here. Bob says OSU will put the hammer down and put it away. The Knowles D can't stop us. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. All right, friends. Appreciate y'all joining. We got 1,000 in the chat, man, or 1,000 in on the stream, which is really nice. Appreciate you guys all for popping in. And it looks like we're in for a much more competitive second half than we thought we might be. Though I don't suspect it'll be as competitive as those around the country are hoping right now. And you know they are. I haven't checked my Twitter feed. But boy, are they hoping that this horrible Penn State team can give the Buckeyes a really nasty-looking final score here. Even if Ohio State wins in a close one, they can't wait to trash us over this. They can't wait. It'll be just evidence, the evidence that they're looking for. But pardon me for a few as I'm going to go take a restroom break here.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all 2026 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or qualified lessees can get this Silverado for around $399 a month. Win $500 and 2 pairs of concert tickets Monday on Fox 8 News in the morning. Sponsored by AT&T Business. Connecting changes everything. Welcome back to the show. We've got a good game going for you now. 17-14, Ohio State leading Penn State as we head into the second half. Gus Johnson along with the quarterback, Joel Klatt. Welcome back to Columbus. Tell you what, Terry Smith told us in our meetings with Penn State yesterday that they were going to give everything they had. And I tell you, the Nittany Lions are not playing with the eye of the tiger. They're playing with the heart of the lion. That's a great way to put it. They played a sensational first half and took advantage of those series down inside the 10-yard line to punch it into the end zone. It didn't start off great for Penn State. That first series for Ohio State, they go right down the field. Single coverage on Jeremiah Smith. He puts it into the end zone. It was 4 passing games for the Buckeyes. They say they'll take in the end zone. But then the huge play before the half is you get the strip of C.J. Donaldson. And then Penn State's got the short field and they're able to capitalize. There's that part of the Lions from Keyshawn Allen. Look what Clark was talking about there at halftime with the guys. They're talking about that run game with these two backs, Singleton and Allen.
trying to get them going because you can see the total yards are not there for Penn State. That's all right. You just got to stay patient and stay close to this Ohio State team. Force them into a position that they have not been in this year, which is some second-half adversity. That's exactly what they've been able to do. And now it's incumbent on this defense, led by Jim Knowles, the coordinator, just to go out there and try to get a stop early in this third quarter and get that ball back to an offense that really found the lead in the secondary. So here we go, start of the second half. As Ohio State comes on the field on offense. Let's go downstairs to Jen.
Well, I just caught up with Coach Day as he came back out here, and Gus, I gotta say, he was ready to get back out here. He was pretty short and sweet. I did ask how he addressed the turnover before the half, and he said, "Look, you turn the ball over like that, of course they're going to capitalize. We're disappointed. We have to be better." Now with that offense, just 53 yards rushing, I said, "How do you get them going?" He said, "We had 3 drives. We scored 17 points, but to win this game, we're going to need more." And we haven't had the balance I'd like to see on offense and defense. He'd like to see this group start hard in the second half.
All right, Jen, first down to 10 of the 25 for the Buckeyes. Play fakes there, rolls out of the pocket. Sideline throw, first down. Will Casanova with the catch this time. Second string tight end, gains 14. There's that controlled passing he was on the first possession. Now, Penn State did get a good pass rush going in the second quarter, and they made life a little bit
Back in business. Here we go. First down for the Bucks. Julian goes long. Carnell Tate down to the 4-yard line. Get out of here, man. The second long ball to Carnell Tate on the day. That's how you do it. I'm still behind. First and goal. Bo Jackson with the stupendous run down to the 1-yard line. Buckeyes' third trip to the red zone. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. We got the fullback in. Finally, by the way, guys, that is the CJ Donaldson set with Nate Roberts at fullback and CJ Donaldson. Note, he's not in there. Bo Jackson is in there finally in short yardage. I do think Isaiah better suited for that one, but nonetheless, Donaldson is out in this package. It's one step in a positive direction. That one won't work. It'll bring up third and goal. And they bring Donaldson back in behind Nate Roberts. Here we go. They'll give it to Donaldson, and he'll score a touchdown. Beautiful job by the offensive line. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. There you go. They pat him on the back. Yeah. Touchdown, Bucks. And they'll go back up 24-14. Get that touchdown back. I got a text from my buddy when I was taking my break there. He said, "God, he's so slow in person." Also, keep in mind here, you got Kamon Spell, the number 1 running back in the country, in attendance. Obviously, him or David Gabriel George, the Buckeyes won a big time back in this class of 27. And you got a couple of freshmen giving the ball to the senior converted tight end after he fumbles. It's just like, I don't know, man. Bad optics. Palmer says, got to give props for their due. That was a pretty decent run by Donaldson. CJ has a nose for the line. Man, come on, dude. Here's the deal. there's a stat in baseball called wins over replacement. It's not about what that guy can do. It's about what that guy can do that the other guys can't. And that run right there, every back on the roster scores a touchdown with that crease. Every single one of them. That's the difference here.
And the customer service rep always knows just what I need.
Let me just click back and look at that crease he had. That was an offensive line touchdown.
Today, digital world is full of risks. I present to you the world's most protected business.
Creed, we have AT&T Dynamic Defense.
It prevents malicious threats. How are people supposed to get in?
Nate Roberts didn't really get his block, though. Nate's looking bigger already. He's going to be a stud, is Nate Roberts. Mike says, so when you move faster on offense, you can score and get off the field quicker. Therefore, score more points and beat inferior teams quicker. Earth-shattering, Chuck, isn't it, though? The craziest thing is, I mean, like we've seen Ryan Day. I mean, it's not a new thing. Ryan Day, going back to 2018, every single year every single year, the trend line plays per game has gone down every single year. It's nothing new. And it's down even further last year from what it is this year. And he will spin and talk about the changes in the game clock. And I've done the numbers. That has taken off on average 4 plays per game, the change in the game clock. But you will hear people say, like, you know, there's so many fewer possessions now, and they'll throw in the changes in the game clock. Listen, 4 plays a game, when we're talking about 70 plays a game on average, that is not possessions. That is a couple plays. It is not taking off a bunch. So this is just him evolving and getting older, and this is what it is. The craziest part is this guy was playing 85, 82 plays a game in 2018, man. 82 plays a game, down to 60 plays a game. And when you got offensive weapons like he's got, it's just. But whatever, you win in advance. That's the name of the game. Leroy Roker out there on specials looking good. Who was the last Big Ten team not named Michigan to win in Ohio Stadium? Well, are we counting Oregon when they weren't in the Big Ten? Ryan says Michigan State. Michigan State. All right, 2nd and 1 for the Knits. Lined up in the pistol. What a stop. Oh, he ends up getting it, man. He got met in the hole by K-Mac and was able to drive him back. I mean, props to him. That's a tough dude to drive back. And it was Singleton, not even Katron Allen. Flip it out for a completion and a gain of 6 for Penn State. Trevor Pena is total trash, man. This guy is the guy that Fran Brown said asked him for a couple of $1 million. That's bizarre. This dude wouldn't, like, right now, like, if Brian Hartline accepted transfers and they needed a wide receiver, like, that guy couldn't crack it. All right, first down for the Nits. Here we go. Grunkmeyer, 10 of 15 for 83. Ty Malone with a nice play. Another tackle for him. Nickel and diming us. Yeah, they are. 2nd and 7. Grunk back. Ooh! Santino lit him up. Did he hold on to that? Yeah, he did. It was a nice catch. Third and 6. Penn State from their own 37. Sack! Kenyatta Jackson got his money, baby. Hell yeah. Oh, he's fired up, man. Love to see the big man get his money. Hey, Ziggy Grady in there, guys. In a big-time moment in the game. Love to see that. I would not mind seeing him start to supplant Bo Atkinson for snaps. He's the guy that's, potentially the future starter next year. And with 7:52 left in the third quarter, Bucks up by 10. Brandon Ennis will not field the punt. It'll go out of bounds. Ohio State will take over at their own 16-yard line for their second possession in the third quarter.
Inspired by her cat Ziggy, Jenna's work is a contrast of sturdy form and wild color. Like that. I want that. Let's talk about that shit. Do you see what I'm highlighting? Talking to your computer. Can you show me how?
I love that Ohio State took that shot to Carnell to start off the third to seize that momentum back. And they are now 2 for 2 on, I believe, attempts of 20 yards down the field. Last game, they took 6 attempts, 20-plus yards down the field. That was twice as many as they had taken in any game this year. 3 was the max. Yeah, Sonny laying the boom for sure. That was nice to see that.
They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we put it inside burritos and tacos anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell.
Coach Nene, still concerned that our defensive front is not quite ready when Penn State goes quick. Yeah, Zion can be huge next year for sure. I think he is. I think Kenyatta has another year of eligibility. What will we see? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what his draft grade is, right? But if he doesn't come back, I think for sure Zion Grady is a starter. And then you're kind of in this, what are you doing here? Like, I don't think Bo Atkinson is, I don't think he's a high-level Big Ten starter. Not an Ohio State high-level Big Ten starter. What are you going to do? I actually think Carter Wilder, as a true freshman, is going to get a lot of run next year. But the portal could potentially produce an end of that caliber. I don't know, man. It's tough because you can look at Bo Atkinson, like that guy, that was a big money portal guy. And you hoped that he was kind of on the Jack Sawyer track where he had finished his prior season in North Carolina, finished it real big. You know, he got all of his production in like 2 games towards the end of the season. All right, here we go. Bucks with the ball back from their own 16. Bo Jackson in the game with Julian Sayin. Motion, and we'll swing it out to BI for another catch. BI will turn it up and get about 6 or 7. The Brandon Innes game. Those watching his production here will say if Mylan Graham would have caught that ball, it would have been a whole lot different. He'd have made a guy miss and taken it for 25. There's no doubt Mylan's got a lot more juice than BI. 2nd and 4. Julian goes long. There's another shot over 20 yards. JJ with it. Another completion, 20-plus yards down the field, and JJ takes it down to the 20 and fired up as he should be. That ball was beautiful. And what a route. Double coverage. Smoked them both. That's going to be a good picture. Somebody's got a great, I bet Tom Orr at BuckeyeHuddle.com is going to have a beautiful picture of that one. But boy, was that ball on the money, wasn't it? From the 20, and the Bucks are moving. Sling it out to Carnell Tate behind the line of scrimmage, and he will lose a yard. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Bucks offense. And this officially their 4th trip inside the red zone. They are 3. Is this their 4th? Yeah. No, this is their 4th trip inside the red zone. They are 2 of 3 touchdowns. Oh, they're not quite in the red zone. Never mind. Swing it out to BI behind the line of scrimmage again. So you get down to the 20 and throw 2 balls to wide receivers behind the line of scrimmage, both of which lose yards. Not so sure I love that. I watched them, brother. I watched them, and they admitted, and they did a Penn State, Ohio State preview, the college football nerds who had criticized Julian Sain's deep ball. They admitted, here we go, 3rd and 12. We got a flag, pass interference, as Julian tries to throw it to Max Clare. It'll be 1st down Buckeyes. But they had said that Julian Sain did not have enough data on them for them to say, make a conclusion as to whether he was good on a deep ball or not, and then proceeded to go through each of the deep balls he had at that point, each throw, and criticized it. So clearly, without saying it, they were saying they think he sucks at the deep ball. And yesterday, I watched them and they did a preview, Ohio State Penn State game preview, where they talked about, in fact, how good he was at the deep ball and brought that up and tried to say, we were just saying it was incomplete. Incomplete data, not what you were saying. First pass interference all year long. Bo will take it to about the 5. That's a good point. First PI all year long was to a tight end, Richie points out. That is crazy. It's a great point. Hating Ohio State has been getting people paid for years, back to the Mark May days. To Donaldson. Down to the 1. Julian's saying now 17 to 20 for 300 yards, averaging 15 yards of completion. He's got 2 touchdowns. Are they going to punch this one in on the ground? Or is he going to get another touchdown pass? I'd like to pad his stats here with another quick little flip outside as the Buckeyes 13 personnel in the game. Donaldson in the game. He'll pass it. He's got a man. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Is that Bennett Christian? Who's down there? Bennett Christian. Bennett Christian with a touchdown. Julian saying with his 3rd touchdown pass of the day, and he needs this as his Heisman campaign alive and well with now a great-looking stat line against Penn State. 18 for 21, over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. And I love seeing him getting fired up like this. Also, not to mention that one scramble he had on 3rd down, I think going to surprise a lot of people who don't think he's very mobile. That was a fantastic scramble. Buckeyes now with 4 touchdowns, 3 trips to the red zone. They're 2 for 3 touchdowns inside the red zone. And just like that, just like we thought, Buckeyes going to put it on them in the second half. It is now 31 to 14. So the difference here, 7 plays, 84 yards in 4 minutes. Their first 2 scoring drives were 7+ minutes. Of course, they did have the big bomb here.
So students can learn, hospitals can heal, and families can return. Belfort, restoring more than property.
So Ohio State now effectively with 6 possessions. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown, fumble, half. Touchdown, touchdown to start the 3rd. So 6 possessions, 4 touchdowns, 1 field goal. The only time they didn't score was a fumble. That is just what you want to be. That's incredibly efficient right there. Caleb says, to be fair, Bama has beaten way better teams than we have. Yeah, they have. There's no doubt about that. Over 85%. Like keeping this up against a really good defense is amazing. Jake is sick of hearing talking heads saying Ty Simpson is better than Julian. Ty Simpson is really good. Statistically, he's not close to Julian. The statistics that really matter. Julian's the man. Julian's going to roll into the Big Ten championship, I think, with the Heisman on the line for him. Ooh. I'd like to know where Jim Knowles is right now. That's a good one. How many explosive plays do we got on the day now? Brian thinks T-Ton is Julian's Heisman game. Well, he's going to have to be really good against them too. But based on the competition, they're going to ding him. I mean, he's going to have to perform really good in both of those games, but specifically the Indiana game, because Fernando Mendoza is also in the top 3, and that's going to be a head-to-head matchup. Julian saying Fernando Mendoza, and it's going to be billed as a Heisman matchup with Ty Simpson, also, the other guy in the running, and those two going against each other. Pavia was getting some big-time momentum here recently, and it looks like today that's going to fall off. Texas now beating Vandy to a pulp, so that's not good for him. Yeah, that game is going to be billed as Mendoza, Julian saying, number 1 and number 2, both undefeated, and for the Heisman Trophy. And it is 2 days, that game is, before Heisman ballots are due in. So it all sets up perfectly. If he beats Scum and goes into that game undefeated, and so does Indiana, like, that's the game for the Heisman. It's going to be amazing. Ohio State Indy is a dream Big Ten championship game. It absolutely is. It's like the only Big Ten championship game in a long time that I would be excited for. Oh, buddy. Buckeye Born says that's definitely the matchup. No way we lose to T-Ton again. I mean, keep in mind, we all said that last year as well. Now, I also said after that game, I think that ever since Ryan Day, I said I think if Ryan Day wins the national championship, he will have given something to the program, to the players, to the state, to the university that gives him a different kind of confidence, and he's going to go into that game with a different mindset and mentality. It's not going to be so crippling for him, and he's going to coach it like he would coach a normal game. And if that's how he coaches it, yeah, absolutely they win. Just like absolutely they win last year if he's not coaching the game differently than he coaches every other game. So it's just a matter of, really, do you believe in him? That Michigan team can't beat this Ohio State team. They can't beat them just dude for dude. They can only beat him if Ryan Day coaches the game in a strange way. If things go wonky, or if there's a bunch of turnovers, of course, that could also happen. William says, I agree with what you said a few episodes ago, Juck. Indy is the only fan base that could make the attendance close since it's in Indy. Yeah. Yeah, it really could be like, a 50-50 type. Like, it would be electric. Ooh, Andy bought his Big Ten championship tickets. Andy from Colorado coming to Indy for the Big Ten championship game. I sure hope the Buckeyes make it for you, brother. Here we go. Kenyatta Jackson with pressure, but they will get it complete. What's he talking about? All right, we got 3rd down and 5 for the Pennsylvania State University. You know, it took me till I was like, I don't know, 17 years old to realize Penn State stood for Pennsylvania State. Here we go on 3rd down. Get some pressure on this dude. Complete. And he will get a 1st down, a missed tackle. Who missed that tackle? Was that Lorenzo? No, it's not Lorenzo. Oh, it's Jermaine. Dadgummit, Maine. Buckeyes had this one stopped. We're about to get the ball back. Instead, it's a 1st down. The pass rush could not get off of those blocks. I mean, they were stonewalled there. As the Buckeyes end up bringing 5. They bring 5 guys, and they couldn't get the heat on them. That's a bummer. The Penn State uniforms look like prison garb. Batted ball. 3rd and 10 for Penn State. Kenyatta having himself a game, baby. He's got a hurry, a batted ball, a sack, a TFL. Here we go, Arvell! He ate him! Arvell with a free run, baby. Oh, shit. Never mind. That tackle tried. He couldn't get a hand on him. Almost got the ball out. Really props to Grunkmeyer for not letting him get the ball out. So the Buckeyes will get the ball back to start the 4th quarter. They're up 14. Another touchdown. Give them the cover. JD, when is the first playoff ranking? Is that this Tuesday? Greg says, did anyone else hear Day yell, JJ, go right at the snap of his deep ball? I did not. Hey, there's my girl, Cookie Monster. Is it? Okay, it's this Tuesday. Tell you what, guys, we're going to go live for that puppy. We will be live for Tuesday's initial ranking show. So if you are going to watch that thing on ESPN, we might as well go live and talk about it as they unveil the initial playoff rankings this Tuesday. So we'll be live for that. We can go ahead and plan on that. Tuesday at 8. All right. Tuesday at 8. Yep. Plan on it. We'll be here. I think that first one is always really interesting to see what they think. You're welcome, brother. I mean, if I'm going to be sitting here watching it, I might as well pull it up. Why not, right? Andy wouldn't be surprised if Indiana's number one. I mean, it's a fair thought, really. It is. If we're talking strictly resume and analytics and everything, like they're right there with us because they've been smoking everybody. Now, I got in a bit of a spat with college football with Sam. You guys know my buddy Sam. And, you know, the thing is, you know, they adjust it for per play efficiency and such, but it's not just that Ohio State has been restricting their plays, but a lot of these games, they've been also like working on things, right? Like we're going to work on the running game today. We're going to work on this heavy package. Whereas Indiana knows exactly what they want to do, and they're coming out and just executing their offense. And if Ohio State knew exactly what they wanted to do and just executed their offense like Wisconsin, like let's say, for instance, you got one game you got to win. How's Ryan Day playing this right now? He's playing it like he played Wisconsin. And it's efficient and it's explosive and it's heavy pass. And if they were playing that all year long, they'd be blowing Indiana's numbers out of the water, in my opinion, for efficiency and explosivity. But they haven't been playing that way because they've been working on things all year. So you can look at all these analytics. They're going to be a little skewed. This is like I was listening. I was telling you the college football nerds. They were talking about Ohio State hasn't really blown people out. Like we all know that that's not the way they're trying to play this year. They could if they wanted to. But a lot of people underestimating Ohio State because of this and the schedule. And that's fine. Like if you can't look at this team and see how good it is. You know, I don't know. I don't think you know what you're looking at on Saturdays when you're watching football. It's true. This hasn't been a perfect game. There's certainly some things, and we'll talk about it all week. And here we go. 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes with the ball back to start the fourth. And a really nice run by Jimmy to Peoples. Look at him. Happy for him. Yeah, fired up. That was the best run of his career as a Buckeye. Decisive, got out of the tackle, got out of another. That is 2 missed forced tackles. Forced tackles missed. Missed forced tackles. They'll go back to him. Good for him. All right, 2nd and 8. Empty set. And he'll swing it out to Peoples. Peoples. It's a James Peoples series. You know, I got to be honest. We haven't seen an Isaiah West series. We saw a couple of handoffs here or there. And, you know, that's something I'd like to see. Isaiah West, just 3 carries on the day. I'm not sure why that is. CJ Donaldson with 7 carries on the day. Like, how? What are we doing here? Son of a gun. On cue, 3rd and 4. Isaiah gets the ball on a totally busted play. Met in the backfield. and the Bucks will be forced to punt the ball. Ohio State, their first punt of the day coming up here. That is not the play call I like there in that situation. I understand the desire to work on the run game, but man, that's a tight end blown block there by Will Kazmarek. Backside pursuit meets Isaiah in the backfield. There's another blown block up front there. Tegra, who is it? Is it Phil? These guys have just sucked on the right side. A run to the right side feels like a wasted play at this point in the season. Philly Daniels missed his block. A run to the right side, man. Run to the right side is a wasted down. Bryson Rogers hasn't gotten any playing time today. He'll get himself a flag. Bryson Rogers, if you guys weren't aware, was... What are you even doing, Bryson? The dumbest penalty I've seen in a long time. Bryson Rogers was at LSU last week. Went to watch the LSU Texas A&M game. Yardsvarks Lawn Care, $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate that. He went to the Ohio State Minnesota game, going to go to the UCLA game and the Big Ten championship. Keep up the great work. OHIO, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you. Yeah, that Big Ten championship game, should they make it, going to be a whole lot of fun. Without a fumble, we got ourselves a 31-7 game. You're right.
Eczema is unpredictable, but you could flare less.
Yeah, that was a really bad play by Bryson. Not happy about that. Wasn't thrilled to see him tweeting from the LSU game either. You know, keep in mind, Bryson is a guy who once entered the portal and then came out of the portal. I asked him about it. And his answer was no explanation. Just had a good time in Baton Rouge, or Baton Rouge was awesome. All right. Not sure what to read into that, but if he was flirting with LSU before the game, well, things have certainly changed. He might be, but man, I'll tell you, I love Bryson. I think he's an awesome player. I wish he got more opportunity. 1st and 10, Arvell just blows a play up. I love Bryson. I wish Bryson could play more. I really do. I think he is such an underrated receiver, and I think a lot of people aren't aware of his skill set. It is ridiculous. He is so good, but he never gets a shot. I mean, if I was him, I'd have to go too. Second and 11. Arvell there again for the tackle after a quick little pass. Mirko says, if this dude is physically attending other games, I don't care if it's a bye week. Bye. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are really pissed off about that. Which is why I asked him. I thought maybe there was a reason. I don't know, like going to watch a cousin play or something. Yeah, Sean, Arvell is absolutely a first-round pick. No doubt about it. I'm way behind. 3rd and 7. Ethan Gruckmeyer sacked. I'm caught up now. Who sacked him? And there's a flag on the play. What's the flag? Penalty is declined. Flag is on them. Flag is on them, Busters. Is Kenyatta going to get credit for that sack? I think so, right? Kenyatta hit him. All right, Kenyatta hits him, and then he stumbles and falls. Yeah, that's another sack for Kenyatta, baby. Kenyatta, this is the biggest game of his life. And that is a great development heading into the playoffs. What if Kenyatta starts getting hot like Jack did at the end of last year? And the end of his junior year. Yeah, it should be a sack for him. And a batted ball, too. Kenyatta and Arvell both with huge games. Huge games for Kenyatta and Arvell. If we're looking statistically, Arvell now has 11 tackles, 1 sack, 2 TFLs. And KJ, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 2.5 TFLs. Massive game for the two of them. Buckeyes still with just 3 sacks on the day, and I was hoping for more. When in the world was this ESPN's stat tracker has Joey Velasquez credited with the tackle? When the heck was he in? All right, here we go. Bucks with the ball back, and let's see if we can get this up to about a 350-yard game for Julian Sayin and maybe 4 touchdowns to really get this this Heisman Trophy campaign rolling, as we've got the opportunity to embarrass Jim Knowles here. The Buckeyes have only punted 1 time. If he can, if they can score every single time except for once, that would be great. Darius is really looking for a deep ball here. If Dagan Hartline don't dial up a deep ball in the first play, I'm going to blow up. KJ got the juice. Mike says Hartline's going to dial up a deep shot, then 2 screens and an unsuccessful run to the right side. Blight says, guys, Juck isn't way behind. It's up to us to pause, skip ahead to align with Juck. He can't line up with all of us. That's true. We're all at slightly different feed times. So, like, if you want to follow with where I'm at, it's probably best to do that. What I hate is if I'm ahead of you guys and I call the play before you get to see it. That's no good. Ryan says, I hate when we go conservative. I want us to make Jim look like even more of a clown. And this will tell the tale here. What does Ryan Day want to do? Does he want to embarrass him? Because now's the time to do it. It's still just a 2-score game, though. We'll start off with Bo Jackson in the pistol and a great run from Bo. Bo out there. He's got an open field. He's gone. He's gone. Go, Bo. He'll take it down to the 10-yard line. That's the one we've been waiting for. Beautiful run by Bo. Of course, it's on the left side. Austin Ciravel gets a great block, a great seal by Max Clare, and a beautiful division was perfect by Boski. That was great. And boy, did they need that. Buckeyes back in the red zone. They'll get their 4th trip inside the red zone today. What a beauty. Here we go. 1st and goal. A tip ball. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was unbelievable. Jeremiah Smith with a ridiculous touchdown off of a tipped ball. Julian Sam will get his 4th of the day. I mean, that's got to be so demoralizing. Dago, what's up, Goomba? Wow, what a sick catch, man. Like, that's the Tiger bounce right there. Remember Tiger Woods would just, like, obviously he was the best golfer in the world, but he always just got lucky bounces even when he would hit a bad shot. When you're that good, man, you just get the lucky bounce. Tipped ball, anybody could have got it, but goes right to JJ. And now Ohio State 3 of 4 in the red zone or 4 of 5 in the red zone for touchdowns. And we've got the cover going, which, you know, most of us call it at halftime. The defense is still, despite giving up an annoying amount of first downs at times, giving up just 14 points. And if there weren't a fumble inside the 10-yard line, would they have given up 14? I would contend probably not. So this is officially a total beatdown. The legend continues, Andy. Indeed. Yeah, that could have been an interception. That's that Tiger bounce right there. Somebody give JJ the gabagool. Davey Greenshield, best team in America, not close. There goes your highlight. Buckeye Mike's laughing at me. Richie doesn't mean to bring his degeneracy here, but he needs a field goal for minus 26.5 on the alt line. SMU tied up with Miami at the end of the 3rd. Thank you for the update, bro. Coach Nene, it's great when even the tip balls know your completion percentage has to stay over 85%. That's a good point. BC says, I think that's Julian's Tiger bounce. I love this stat. AJ Keck tells us that saying more touchdowns than incompletions. Beautiful. It's pronounced prosciutto. What are we doing here, Guineas? What's going on? Where's all this coming from? The gabagool and the prosciutto. I don't know. What did I miss something? Jeremiah Smith, his first 100-yard game since week 3. Thanks for that stat, Brian. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Still glad the Buckeyes won the title on my 30th birthday. Congratulations on that one, bro. Here we go. Penn State with the ball back with 9:43 in the 4th. And we got pressure. We got a fumble. I think they got it back. Dadgum, it looked like we had it. Baby Huey in there on that puppy. They lucked out getting that puppy back, man. A great play by Baby Huey. I mean, an absolute bull rush by Edric Houston. Just ate him up, dude. And on 2nd and 16, Grunt complete out in the flat and just absolutely swallowed up by 4 Buckeyes. It'll be 3rd and long for the Knits. Bucks better get him off the field right now. And they won't. First and 10, clutch completion for a first down. And that was really slick. Well, that sucks. That's a good point, Emily. Yeah, I think this is Edric Houston's best game of the year again. So 3 great games in a row for him. Not great, but improved games in a row for him. 2nd and 8 for the Knits. They'll go long down the middle and complete the ball down to the 25. Not great. Good pass, good catch. What are you going to do? It happens. Sorry, 35. They'll throw it again. Oh, no. Caleb's about to get lit up for a targeting. Oh, Caleb, 3 flags come in. That sucks. I mean, so Caleb's going to get tossed from this game. He's going to miss the first half of next week, too. And to be honest, that's kind of interesting. We get to see what the defense is going to look like without Caleb for an entire half of competitive football. First time we've ever seen Caleb with an error like that, you know? He led with the shoulder.
personal foul, unnecessary roughness with targeting. Defense, number 2, 15-yard penalty. Removing targeting was under further review.
Even superheroes make mistakes. Though Ronnie Lott is a guy that he has patterned his game off of. He's not allowed to do what Ronnie Lott was allowed to do. But boy, if he was allowed to play like that 10 years ago, if Caleb was playing, man, would he be exciting. Yeah, Alex, it's crazy that Penn State's got 1 and 2. The funny thing was, when I was talking about Indiana's schedule earlier in the year, it was like, man, they got that game. They got to go to Oregon, and then they got to go to Penn State. So that's 2 clear losses for Indiana, and they're about to win them both. Yeah, it was. Honestly, it seems like anytime you get a hit like that, the optics of it, they just uphold it. I don't know. In my Monty makes a great point. No consistency at all the way it's enforced. No targeting, but unnecessary roughness. What in the hell are we talking about? How are we calling unnecessary roughness for a football play? It's not like he picked him up and slammed him. That's absurd, man. I've never seen that. Second and 1. Wow. Great stop by the Buckeye defense. Does not allow a conversion on 2nd and 1. Third and 1, and they really close again. A run to Nick Singleton. Might have just got it. Yeah, he does. 1st and 10. Incomplete. 1st and goal, sorry. Defense got an opportunity here to keep him out of the end zone, keep the cover. I would hate to see them give up 21 points. Sure they would too. 2nd and goal for the Knits. 5 minutes left in the game is where I'm at. 5:14. That shovel pass again, man. These guys run this all the time. Arvell will eat it. Going to be 3rd and goal from about the 8-yard line. Here we go. Third down, pressure's on. He'll throw it away. Are they going to go for it on 4th? All right, 4th and goal. Grunkmeyer will stay on the field. Feels kind of consequential here. The defense giving up 14 or 21. They don't want this on their record. They don't want this on their stats. They're trying to be an all-time defense. Crowd is getting up. Grunk from the gun. He's got pressure from KJ. He'll throw it. Intercepted. Caleb Downs in the end zone, and that'll do it. Buckeyes look like they're going to hold on to the cover. Caleb fired up that he's still in the game, isn't suspended for the first half of next week, and immediately comes up with the pick. And good job by the student section wearing all that black. Look at them. They look beautiful. They actually, did the assignment. Grunkmeyer, terrible ball. Terrible ball. Ryan Day and Matty P fired up that they were able to keep that off the board. Now the big question, does Ryan Day go for the jugular and try to get over 40 points with 4 minutes left? Does he try to go get one, or does he run out the clock? Either way, guys, your boy here has got to go prepare for the post-game show over at Buckeye Huddle. I do appreciate you joining me. Immediately after the game, there's my dude. Immediately after the game, Buckeye Huddle, we will be live with the post-game show, myself and Mark Givler, and you can pop over and join us there. We'll cover Ryan Day's press conference, then we'll flip it out to Tom and Tony. So I'm going to go get ready for that, which will be in just a few minutes. I do appreciate you guys joining me as always. Buckeyes going to win, going to cover against Penn State. What more could we ask for? The number 1 team in the country does Penn State in the final annual meeting with the Lions. Get them out of here. Appreciate you guys. Always a fun time. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will talk to you soon. Juck 'em Bucks out.